Hello.
Hi everyone.
हाय गाइस। अभी तो 2-3 मिनट वेट कर लेते हैं, कुछ और बच्चे ज्वाइन कर लेंगे। ठीक है, फिर स्टार्ट करते हैं। विल स्टार्ट इन 5 मिनट्स। गाइस विल स्टार्ट इन अ मिनट। 6-5 से हम स्टार्ट कर देंगे। हाय गाइस। तो हम्म, तो आई एम द सर्कल मैनेजर ऑफ वेब डेवलपमेंट। और ये दो मेरे मेंटोर्स हैं, अंशिका एंड सिमरन। बाकी एक दो और भी हैं, उनको कुछ दिक्कत है तो अभी वो जल्दी ज्वाइन कर लेंगे। बाकी विल स्टार्ट विद व्हाट इज़ वेब डेवलपमेंट। ओके। एंड फिर हम एक ओवरव्यू दे देंगे कि क्या क्या चीज़ें रहती हैं, लाइक व्हाट इज़ फ्रंट एंड, व्हाट इज़ बैक एंड। ठीक है, कुछ सुंदर सुंदर से प्रोजेक्ट्स जो तुम्हें इंटरेस्ट करें। ठीक है। बाकी ओके, विल स्टार्ट। सो विल स्टार्ट विद अंशिका।
Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Anshika, one of the mentor at GDSE, and I have my primary tech stack is React and HTML, CSS, JavaScript is obvious for front end. Uh, that is pretty much about me. I guess Simran, you can introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Simran and I'm also a mentor for this cohort at GDSC and looking forward to guide you guys, and whatever doubts you have you can put them in the chat box.
या सो यार देख, जीडीएससी ना ऐसे बहुत बोरिंग तरीके से तो पढ़ाता है नहीं। ठीक है, कि अब प्रॉपर सेशंस दे रहे हैं हम 4-4 घंटे के, ऐसे कुछ नहीं होता। हम प्रोजेक्ट्स दे देते हैं, यू हैव टू मेक इट, और अगर कुछ डाउट्स वगैरह होते हैं तो यू कैन आस्क। तो ऐसे पूरा करिकुलम बहुत अच्छे तरीके से करा हुआ है। ठीक है, कि तुम लोग को सारी चीज़ें आ जाए। तो हम काफ़ी बेसिक से स्टार्ट करते हैं, HTML, CSS, जावास्क्रिप्ट। ठीक है। देन हम फ्रेमवर्क्स पे चले जाते हैं, लाइक रिएक्ट वगैरह पे चले जाते हैं, बैक एंड पे चले जाते हैं, पैकेज मैनेजर्स होते हैं, NPM। ठीक है, ये सब के बारे में बताते हैं। बाकी फिर मेजर प्रोजेक्ट्स भी तुम्हारे रेडी हो जाएंगे अगर तुम ढंग से पढ़ोगे, मतलब। ठीक है। बाकी तुम्हें फिर काफ़ी सारा वो भी होता है कि अगर तुमने ढंग से परफॉर्म करा है, ठीक है, सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स वगैरह बनाए या हैकाथॉन्स में पार्टिसिपेट करा है, तो जीडीएससी फिर गुटीज भी प्रोवाइड करता है। ठीक है। तो ऐसे अब स्टार्ट करते हैं फिर। ठीक है, फ्रंट एंड वगैरह से। ठीक है? So Anshika, go for it.
Yeah, okay. So for the front end, you should have a little bit of idea of website design, because that is very important in today's era. Because जो भी आप वेबसाइट देख रहे हो, वेब डेवलपमेंट हैज इट्स हैंड एवरीवेयर, एंड जो भी आप किसी को भी देखो आजकल, मोस्ट ऑफ देम आर डूइंग वेब डेवलपमेंट. सो व्हाट मेक्स यू स्टैंड आउट इज द डिजाइन. So you should look out for the design which are available already, and you should keep a check on design as well, so that plays a crucial part. क्योंकि आप अगर एक बहुत वेबसाइट बना दो जिस पे पीछे बैकग्राउंड में येलो है, उस पर टेक्स्ट रेड है, nobody is going to go through that website, trust me. वो खोलते ही बंद कर देंगे. So I think web development starts with that design. You should have basic knowledge of design, that user को क्या हम कैसे प्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं अपने डेटा को, सो दैट इट इज ईजियर फॉर यूजर टू गो थ्रू, रीड एंड एक्सपीरियंस दैट UI UX is plays a crucial part. And then we have front end, back end, and then we also have the database or the server side. For front end, we have HTML, CSS, JavaScript. HTML is not a programming language, it is a markup language, which we use to, we use the tags which are there in HTML to create a web page, the boilerplate. And the HTML creates the skeleton of the website. CSS gives it some, muscles and sundar se kapde, if you take it from the real life example of human. And JavaScript provides the functionality. इस जावास्क्रिप्ट में आप जो भी अपनी बाकी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज में कर सकते हो, जैसे कि लूप चलाना या वेरिएबल्स डिफाइन करना, ऐसे सब चीज़ें आप जावास्क्रिप्ट में, और काफ़ी सारे मेथड्स और फंक्शंस अवेलेबल होते हैं जावास्क्रिप्ट में, विच यू कैन यूज टू बिल्ड बेटर वेबसाइट्स और बेटर बेटर फ्रंट एंड. सो दैट फंक्शनैलिटी. और एक ह्यूमन बॉडी का पार्ट की अगर आप कैसे रिस्ट को ट्विस्ट करोगे तो आपका हैंड कैसे मूव करेगा, ये सब जैसे फंक्शनैलिटी होती है एक ह्यूमन बॉडी की, वैसे ही वो फंक्शनैलिटी एक वेबसाइट की जावास्क्रिप्ट से आती है. सिमरन, यू कैन ऐड समथिंग टू दिस.
Yeah, like HTML, CSS, JavaScript forms the base of the entire, like full stack web development. So it's very important to, have the basics strong. As Anshika mentioned about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and the functionalities, that was done very beautifully. And I mean, I hope that is clear to you guys.
Yeah, so I mean, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are basically the building blocks of front-end web development. And in addition to them, like there are few other tools like package managers are one thing. They're basically the online collections of software, much of it open source. Okay, so the most popular ones are NPM, if you have heard about it, like Node Package Manager or Yarn. Okay, and other thing is then frameworks came into the picture. Frameworks as in React, Angular. React is like Facebook. React is made by Facebook. Angular is made by Google. Angular is little old, I guess, but React is the most popular one. सो हम वो सब भी पढ़ाते हैं, उस पे प्रोजेक्ट्स वगैरह यू कैन मेक. मतलब एक बार अगर तुमने कोर्स ढंग से कर लिया ये वाला, तो you'll be very skilled in this field. So Anshika, if you want to add anything, you can.
Yes, so as Manshi has just explained that we have packages, we have, so first of all, JavaScript itni vast language hai, we have every day we have something new coming up, some new package, some new frameworks or libraries. And the most important JavaScript library which we use is jQuery, which makes using JavaScript very easy. So we cover all that as well. And as Manshi just mentioned, that we have frameworks like React.js, Angular, Vue.js. These are for front end. And for back end, we'll discuss once we get through with everything the front end has to offer. So, Simran?
Yeah, like front end and back end. Like front end is a very, I would say, a vast field. Apart from React and all that, we also have JS libraries which make your life easier. And in our projects, this cohort, we had used some of those libraries for building a game and all of those things. So that's also really interesting. And you can also go ahead and build your own library and other people could use that and be benefited with all the functionalities and whatever that you put into that.
Yes, along with that, if I explain packages a little bit in, with the deeper knowledge, so packages are just like your applications which you download in your phone. So packages are some pre-written code which you can use in your application to make it better. ताकि आपको वो चीज़ जो किसी ने ऑलरेडी लिख रखी है वो दोबारा से रिपीट करने में मेहनत ना करनी पड़े. That is where we use these packages, so they actually really help. You should keep checking npm. There are very fun packages out there which you can use to build fun projects. Okay, so I guess that
Okay,
is.
so Shatakshi has joined. Please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Satakshi Verma and I am a second year student and I am also a mentor at WebDev GDSC. So for as you all people are beginners, so for starting your web dev journey, you will first have to understand the basic HTML and CSS. But I'll suggest that you should not waste your time much into HTML and CSS. You should like start with JavaScript because it's the main coding language that will help with the front end as well as the back end part. So, and it also has its framework like Angular, React, which will help you with all the backend part of the Java, all the backend part of the website. So I think one or two sessions of HTML are okay, and then start with JavaScript. And after that, you can also put your hands on other Python frameworks such as Django, and those will help you use Python libraries as well. Because for my first project, what I did was I was learning basic Python. So for that, I put on some Python libraries like for chatbot and for language translator, and then I connected it with my website. So I was also using Python libraries in my website. So it is really great if you first start with JavaScript and then go on with Django and other frameworks. I guess that's it. What I did for my journey, and Mansi.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Shatakshi. Now, we come to the backend part. So, backend is basically the server side of the web development. Okay, and it has like two or three main components. First one would be the server, a server side programming language, can be Java, JavaScript, whatever, and the database. So, and programming language is totally your choice, but Node.js is very popular technology in web in backend domain, and it isn't technically a server side language. It's form of JavaScript that runs on the server using express.js framework, if you have heard about it, और अगर नहीं भी सुना है तो we'll teach you about it. Okay. एंड बैकएंड में इतना रहता है. बाकी डेटाबेसेस के लिए तो एसक्यूएल इज द मोस्ट पॉपुलर वन. एंड yeah, I mean, if you want, Anshika, if you want to add anything about it.
Okay, yeah. So for backend, we have Express, which helps in building the Node application with much ease. And Node.js
Yeah.
is the most popular, frameworks these days because it is very easy. JavaScript लिखनी होती है उसमें, and it's pretty much
Yeah.
very easy to do. There is not anything complex about it. But then you can use Python frameworks such as Django, Flask, as Satakshi mentioned, and you can use PHP or Ruby on Rails. There are many technologies, but it depends on what you choose, what you find easier to use. But yeah, that is all from my side. Simran and Shatakshi. Yo.
Also, I would like to add there are many YouTube channels and websites which are giving amazing content online for free. So what I did was I learned from Free Code Camp. They have their site, and they you can like code with them, and they also have some videos on YouTube channel, like 4-hour videos. They teach from basics to advanced. So I really like that channel. So if you guys want to start learning, you can go to that.
Okay, thank you, Shatakshi. Simran. Simran, tell
Yeah,
us about your
so
projects.
I don't have a lot of projects, but
Mm,
some of them are full stack projects and some of them are just front end projects. So
mm.
like my general criteria when we are starting out with a project is finding a problem solution, and that is something that I would suggest to all of you, that have a problem statement in mind, and then how you're going to implement it before actually jumping onto coding the site and all. So after that, you can just make a basic prototype for your website. For the front end part, you could also use Figma, or there are other tools for that purpose as well. You can go and explore them for UI UX part. And after laying out your website, you can start building it, and that would actually become a lot easier when you have the thing in mind, and you know where this thing is going to go and all of that things. And that is how you start with the HTML part and the CSS part as well. And it is very important to keep your code clean and well structured with all the indentations and all, so that it's easier for you to read after that, and also it helps while debugging. Moreover, there are a lot of web extensions, and VS Code offers a lot of add-on extensions as well, so you could use them to ease your journey while learning and implementing the projects.
Okay, thank you, Simran. I think we're done with, with an overview that what is front end and back end. And, there are few tips like we cannot learn everything at once. So we should, pick one skill to learn at a particular time. And also, you know, we shouldn't be jumping from one tutorial to another. We should stick to one and, follow that, stick to that. And, web development is like a pretty long term journey. So you cannot learn web development in a day or 2 days. It's a continuous process. You should practice regularly. You should make projects. Your concepts should be clear. And if you want to be a job ready web developer, then you have to put extra efforts. So it cannot be done in a day, or in 2 days, or in a week. And I think we are done with an overview. Now if you have any questions, you can ask, comment them out, I guess. Okay, there are already a lot of questions. Hi. Hi, Harshita, Anushka. um, um, C++ or Python, which language is more better? Either of them. C++ is more like of competitive program. I mean, if you want, if you are more interested in problem solving, then C++ is a very good language. I guess. And uh, Anshika, Simran, you can also take some notes.
Okay, so I saw a doubt from Arushi that the please talk about the UI UX designing also. So
Hmm.
we don't actually teach UI UX at GDSE, but there are few resources where you can learn from. First thing that you, whenever you are surfing any website, just go through how the elements are placed, what colors they are using, and for practicing you can use a daily UI challenge करके एक website है, and they post the UI challenges every day, and you can complete those, you can make those. And then yes, there are few, and I guess we can share those in the chat.
Yeah, okay. And I see one question: among React and Angular, which one is preferable? Both of them are very good, but I think Angular is little old. React is the most popular one for now, and yeah, I guess. मतलब जिसके साथ भी तुम comfortable हो. दी प्लीज़ हाउ टू मेक एनी प्रोजेक्ट बिकॉज़ मैंने अभी तक कोई प्रोजेक्ट नहीं बनाया। कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है, नहीं बनाया तो अरे मतलब बिगिनर्स के लिए भी काफ़ी प्रोजेक्ट्स होते हैं और काफ़ी प्रिटी प्रोजेक्ट्स होते हैं। एक अंशिका का प्रोजेक्ट था जो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा था, वो ग्रेडियंट जनरेटर वाला। यू नो, यू कैन टेल हर अबाउट दैट।
Yeah, so this was the first project I took up as for the cohort, and there we had to just choose the color, and it will give us the code of the gradient which was generated. But as you said, कि मैं कैसे बनाऊं project? So ideas come from everything around you. If I talk about my personal experience, एक बार मैं बस बैठी थी आराम से टेलर स्विफ्ट के गाने सुन रही थी, and I just thought ki why not search for Taylor Swift ki API if it exists already, and I made a game out of it to generate the code, and you can check if you can enter the name of the song and you can check if it is correct song or not. So ideas come from everything which is around you. That is up to you. You don't have to follow कि अच्छा किसी ने gradient generator बनाया तो beginner के लिए हमें वही बनाना है, ऐसा कुछ compulsory नहीं है. You go ahead with whatever you like.
यार मैंने एक क्वेश्चन देखा, इज जीडीएससी इज अ सोसाइटी? हाँ यार, जीडीएससी इज अ सोसाइटी। गुड मॉर्निंग। ओके एंड तो जी डी एस ई बेसिकली प्रोवाइड्स मेंटोरशिप। मतलब काफ़ी सारे डोमेन्स होते हैं, वेब डेवलपमेंट है, मशीन लर्निंग है, ए आर वी आर है, डी एस ए है, आई पी है, और काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें हैं। बाकी हम वेब डेवलपमेंट वाले लोग हैं, ठीक है। तो अभी जो नेक्स्ट मेंटोरशिप सेशन शुरू होगा वो नेक्स्ट मतलब नेक्स्ट सेमेस्टर आई गेस, नेक्स्ट एकेडमिक सेशन से स्टार्ट होगा। और बाकी इन्फॉर्मेशन वगैरह तुम लोग को तुम लोगों के पास आ ही जाएगी, मतलब ठीक है, ग्रुप्स के थ्रू या कैसे भी। और कोई क्वेश्चन? प्लीज टेल अस अबाउट डिजाइनिंग इन डिटेल। दिस क्वेश्चन इज नॉट क्लियर। ओके, so it would be great if you could elaborate it.
Say she meant like UI part. So first, first of all, when you before you start coding your website, you will have to have an idea about how your website's gonna look. That is all. User experience or user interface. For that, there is an app called Figma and Adobe XD where you can design your website, which would be like a wireframe of how your website's gonna look, and then you can start coding according to that.
Okay, so Gitika has asked that full stack means front end plus back end. In layman's language, yes, but there is a lot behind it. Full stack development is front end technologies, database, web application architecture, algorithms and data structures used, then version control, HTTP and REST APIs, back end technology. That all these things, all these technologies make up the full stack development. But yes, in layman's language, it is front end plus back end.
I see one question, how to host app on Firebase. Okay, so I guess Firebase hosting, it is very secure and reliable way. Okay, first you have to install the Firebase, and I guess after that you have to, put your project or initialize your project in it. And next step would be to deploy, like whatever your project, and there are commands like for each and every step there are commands, so that you could do that. And yeah, I mean this is the whole overview, but बाकी तो यार मतलब जिस हिसाब से प्रोजेक्ट है जैसे है, मतलब काफ़ी इजी होता है फायरबेस पर, काफ़ी रिलायबल होता है, ठीक है। तो बेसिक स्टेप्स तो यही तीनों होते हैं, बाकी तुम देख लेना एक बार। बाकी लाइक यू
Okay,
सेइंग टीच हाउ डू वी, हाँ बता, बोल भाई।
now you go ahead.
ओके, लाइक यू सेइंग टीच हाउ डू वी साइन अप फॉर दैट? व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय दैट?
I think she means that do we teach web development? So no, we don't teach web development. We
वी
provide the
टीच थ्रू
resources.
प्रोजेक्ट्स, या।
Yeah.
सो तुम्हारे पास एक प्रोजेक्ट हम तुमको दे देंगे, तुमको बता देंगे कि प्रोजेक्ट में क्या है, तुम कैसे बना सकते हो, क्या क्या रिसोर्सेज तुमको ज़रूरत मतलब तुम्हें ज़रूरी होंगे। हम वो सारे लिंक्स प्रोवाइड करेंगे तुम्हें, तुम्हारे प्रॉपर डाउट सेशंस होंगे, तो ऐसे बोरिंग नहीं रहेगा कि अच्छा तुमको HTML बैठ के पढ़नी है, ये div टैग है, ये स्क्रिप्ट टैग है, कुछ नहीं होता है, ठीक है। जब तक खुद से नहीं पढ़ते तो नहीं होता है, ठीक है। तो इसलिए प्रोजेक्ट्स वगैरह से हम बहुत बिगिनर से स्टार्ट करेंगे, ऐसे ही नहीं कि आते ही तुमको फेसबुक बनाना है, ऐसे कोई नहीं बोलेगा ना यार। बहुत छोटे-छोटे प्रोजेक्ट से स्टार्ट करेंगे, ठीक है? और फिर एंड वाला प्रोजेक्ट तुम्हारा बहुत सही होगा, बहुत सेक्सी मतलब बहुत अच्छा होगा, ओके? एंड आई गेस या दैट्स इट।
And above all this, we provide you the roadmap, which is very important.
Yeah, and you should participate in hash code, okay? And I support competitive programming because you know girls don't do that much, but we all should. And hash code, I think, yeah, you should participate in hash code. I will also, okay. And after that, how can I get part of GDSC like a core member? I guess you there are proper interviews for that. Okay. Uh, I took interviews for all three of them, and there are two more. लाइक वो तो यार जब तुम सेकेंड या थर्ड ईयर में होगे और तुम्हें कुछ कुछ आ जाएगा आफ्टर दैट यू नो यू कैन सेट फॉर द इंटरव्यूज एंड विल सेलेक्ट यू if you are good. Okay. And more questions, wait. How will react wait, how will you
Okay,
give?
Manchi, can I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Mm.
Tushar, this is not a question that React versus Express after completing Node.js. Node.js is for backend, and Express is used to build Node applications with much ease. So, Express is used in backend, and React.js is front-end framework. So, this is not a question.
How will you give projects like Medium? I will give projects through Meet. I mean, you know, we'll discuss it on Meet, and after that, the mentors will give you an overview that where you have to make the project, and like we particularly use VS Code, but and we'll provide you all the resources and the links you'll be needing. Anything else? Where did you teach? On Google Meet, and yeah, there are you know there are proper groups on Discord. So the society, मतलब we वैसे तो we teach on through meets and through meets only, like all the doubt sessions and other things we took them on meets. बाकी और कोई क्वेश्चन तो पूछो भाई. If you have any more questions, please ask. प्लीज प्रोवाइड डिस्कॉर्ड लिंक. हमें ऐसे ग्रुप्स में नहीं जाता है डिस्कॉर्ड लिंक, वो प्रॉपर सिलेक्शन होता है. मतलब एज इन जब तुम आओगे, मतलब जब तुम सेकेंड ईयर में आ जाओगे तो तुम्हारा प्रॉपर ओरिएंटेशन होगा, तुम्हारे से फॉर्म्स वगैरह भरवाएंगे, ठीक है. उसके बाद देखेंगे कि क्या चल रहा है, मतलब तुम्हारा एज एन प्रोजेक्ट तुमने, मतलब कोई ऐसे नहीं है कि हमें चाहिए कि तुम्हारा कुछ पर्टिकुलर पहले प्रोजेक्ट हो या ना हो, बट तुमने अगर कुछ कुछ काम किया हुआ है, ठीक है, तो वो सब देख के फिर वो मेंटीज हम सेलेक्ट कर लेते हैं. Okay, do we have to register like be informed? You know, you have to register. Yeah, you have to register, of course, and after that, we'll send you a selection mail if you get selected. Anything else? और यार अभी मैंने देखा तो कुछ आई गेस मेल स्टूडेंट्स भी हैं, तो जीडीएससी आईजीडीटीयू तो यार सिर्फ आईजीडीटीयू के बच्चों के लिए होगा। आईजीडीटीयू डब्ल्यू में डब्ल्यू स्टैंड्स फॉर वुमेन विच मीन गर्ल्स ओनली। सो दिस सोसाइटी इज ओनली फॉर गर्ल्स एंड मतलब हर कॉलेज की अपनी होती है वैसे तो तुम अपने कॉलेज में पता कर लेना, ठीक है। तो शार चौहान एंड जो भी है, is it necessary to learn jQuery or I can leave it? It's on you. If that interests you, it's okay. नहीं तो कोई बात नहीं है यार। I think you should practice React. It is, the most popular framework and my favorite and Anshika's favorite. And thank you, Monalika. Any other questions? So I guess we can end this session. Okay. So अगर कुछ और डाउट्स वगैरह हो तो यार पूछ लेना, हम सब लिंक्डइन पे है ही, ठीक है। बाकी थैंक यू सो मच एंड इट वाज अ गुड सेशन। बाय बाय।